You know, it's not every day that we get to come to a special place like this. We're here in Central Texas in Walnut Springs. This is a really special place to get to. I was excited about getting to come down and film this week. We've got some adverse weather conditions coming in. Looks like we're gonna get some rain today, kind of like a little circular depression. So I'm kind of excited because a lot of times that will really make the fish bite, that low pressure drop, summertime like that. We may be able to throw some big ones in the boat. So I'm always excited to get out here and catch some big ones. We get out and it's beautiful, the sun's shining, we've got some good low-hanging clouds, a good breeze, and I can't wait to get the day started. So we get to the lake and we put in and we get out and start fishing, and I'm honestly expecting for it to go down pretty quick and for us to catch a lot of fish. And to my surprise, it's really kind of slow. Again, I think those fish probably fed when those low pressure system moved in, you know, 3 o'clock in the morning all the way up to daylight, and then they probably slacked off on us. But we stayed out and we ground on them a little bit. We knew we had the weather coming behind it, so it was a matter of time before those fish really turned on. Little guy. Oh, he got a little better when he figured out he had a hook in him, didn't he? Started out a little deeper. Those fish have actually moved. And when this cloud came in, the wind blew, it's been about an hour now. They've slid out here from like 15, 18, 20, all the way up to the inside grass line and started feeding. So I went to the Series 3, and all I'm doing is targeting the inside of that grass line. I'm sitting on the outside edge, and I'm throwing to the inside edge of the grass line, and I've got about a good, you know, 12, 15 feet of fishable water before I hit that grass line. And that's when I'll see me start popping that crankbait to get it out of the grass and just kind of swim it across the top. I'll hold my rod tip real high so I can swim it a little higher in the water column. And man, that's when I'm getting, either I get it in the first 10, 15 feet, they'll come over there and smash it in that open space between the grass and the bank, or they're sitting on top of that grass now. You see the grass that I'm pulling off my crankbait just about every cast. And I'll make a cast up as close as I can get without going all the way to the bank, because this bait's immediately gonna start to dig down. And what I'll do is I've got just a small window to get that bait in a strike zone before I start getting back into the grass. And when I do, I'll immediately start fanning that crankbait. And what that does is it allows that crankbait not grab quite so much. When I say fan it and I give it quick, small twitches, it doesn't let that crankbait continue to dig. Basically what I'm doing is I'm keeping it up. I'm giving it little twitches to keep that crankbait up a little higher in the water column. Oh my goodness, you didn't see that, did you? That guy short strung me at the boat. I'm talking about, I got 3 foot of line out there. That is fun. Boy, these guys are aggressive today. This little weather change has really, really got them fired up. And we have about got it dialed in out here with this Series 3. They are feeding on that smaller bait. We're in the summertime. And I mean, these guys are on it. Oh, summertime bass. What we got here? We might have a little bit. That guy there is, ooh, he's putting my old 12-pound test to it. Oh, chunky fish. Heck yeah. I've got one little old hook in him. We'll try to flip him up here. Look at that guy. I mean, destroyed. that Series 3. Look at the belly on that fella. I mean, he's fat. That's exactly the reason that we come out here in those short storms. These fish are such feeders. When the weather changes like this in the summer, it's unbelievable. And I tell you, it's just small windows of opportunity just like this that you really have to capitalize on in the summer. And I'm gonna have to get my pliers and keep them in my pocket because these old hooks are just absolutely needle sharp. And I tell you right now, look at that guy. Summertime bassing on a Series 3, that's what it's all about right there. There's a little guy. There's one. Oh, he grew up a little bit, didn't he? A little bigger than I thought he was. Look at there. That old back hook stuck him right in the top lip. Oh, skin hooked him. But still, those last minute bass right before those ominous clouds get here, summertime bassing. Again, we're gonna keep going at it. We would get sunshine and then it would go back to clouds. We'd get some more sunshine and we'd get some wind and then we would get some rain and we would get some more sunshine. So the conditions were constantly changing. There you go. Got him all boogered up in the noggin. There. I'm trying to make every cast count before this cloud gets in. I don't know if you guys can see over my shoulder, but I'm talking the weather's about to get here. And so I'm trying to make every fish count as quick as I can catch them and get them back in the water. I mean, that booger come up there and got it. That was super cool. He swiped at it so hard that he missed the bait and I got him under the chin there. I saw that happen. That was really cool. Look at there. I'm telling you, that's cast placement. I fished right on the outside of that bush right there where the wind's blowing in, and as soon as that bait hit the water, I made a twitch and I saw him come up and roll on it. I mean, bait flew out of the water and then he is on. What an exciting bite. There's one. That little guy was way out here. I think he followed it out a little bit. You see how I'm only getting one hook in them? I'm only getting one hook. It's like they're swiping at it. So I'm gonna have to adjust the color just a little bit. He's not big, but he's still fun. Maya doing a color adjustment. A lot of times when you see us, or you get a fish and you only get one back hook in him, a lot of times those fish are just, they're swiping at it. They're not truly trying to eat it. You know, when you get a bait wedged in a bass's mouth and it's down there crossways or in the back of the gullet, that fish was truly committed and he wanted exactly what you were throwing. So you know you pretty much have the right forage. But when you start getting one hook in them and the back hook and only a single hook out of all the trebles, a lot of times what they're doing is they're just swiping at it. So you need to make a color adjustment. You might make a depth adjustment, but more than likely, often, it's just the color. There he is. What we got here? Oh. We made us a quick color change, and he ate it a little bit better. You can already look and see that that fish ate it a little bit better. Boy, that's the kind of get a hook in you too. I always tell my brother, don't pull your hand away like you're scared. Well, you're only scared until you get one in you. So, you know, like I said, I made a quick change on the color. I went to a little bit darker color. I had been throwing a lighter color. We had some sunshine, but you know, in between these cloud breaks, went straight back to a little bit darker green color here in this clear water. Wasn't but about 2 casts when we put them to work. There's one. Oh, he got it. Look at that. We just talked about it just a second ago, guys. We just talked about how making a color change makes a difference. And I want you to look at how this fish has got that bait eaten. He's actually got it in his mouth, okay? So making that slight color adjustment made him commit a little bit better, and you get the hookup ratio and you're not gonna jump them off. They're not gonna come off quite as easy, and it just goes to show you. I mean, spending time on the water, getting out, putting those different colored baits in your hands, small adjustments like that will make you a better fisherman and figure out exactly what baits you need to be throwing and when to throw them and why. So buy them. If you get them in multiple colors, you know why now, because small changes equal more fish in the boat. Being extremely familiar with your tackle will help you be more accurate, and then you're gonna have that, you know, X amount of casts per day. And like I said, with the crankbait, you're gonna have more casts per day than about any other bait that you can actually tie on. But the biggest part of that is being accurate with each cast. And the more accurate you are, the higher percentage you're gonna catch more fish. So when you get around your targets, your stumps and your docks and things like that, if you're accurate, your catches go way up. And you'll see, there's one. I don't know if you guys saw that or not, but I gave it a little pause when I come out of that grass. Oh goodness, he's angry. And he absolutely chomped it. I'll be surprised if he don't have that bait all the way down, but he doesn't. Look at there. But he's still got that front hook too, which tells you that, you know, still telling you you made the right thing, you made the right decision to do a quick change. No giants, we're not catching any big ones. We're probably gonna swap it up here in just a minute and see if we can't throw maybe an old Series 5 or something, a little bit deeper runner, get out in some of this deeper grass. I think that's probably where these bigger fish are holding. There's one. I don't think he's very big. Boy, he was on the end of that cast. Got him right in that bottom lip. Look at that. Woo. You know, again, we were talking about rod selection earlier, and whenever you're fishing, and I understand, and we understand at Lew's, that not everybody's going to have a selection of rods. That being said, I just told you guys, this is a bladed square, this is a bladed jig rod, and I'm throwing a Series 3 on it. You can use a rod like this for multiple applications, square bills, bladed jigs, top waters. That's what's really cool. You find the rod that you like from Lew's and you put it to work for you. It doesn't have to work for you just exactly what it says on the handle. These rods are capable of so much more. So find the ones that work for you, find the right actions for the right baits, and then go put them to work on the water. Put bass in the boat. That's a beautiful fish, even though he's no giant. He is absolutely gorgeous, the coloring on him. He has got a mouth full of them crankbait. Looky there. I'm gonna tell you. In the jaw, like look at that booger in the jaw. He is just twisted all up in that jaw. He truly wanted that bait. Just said I was going to start throwing I was going to pick up a deeper diving crankbait and see if I couldn't get a bigger bite. So I'm still going to do that, but I'm telling you, that's the way you want to eat it. There he is. That's a big one. I think that's a better one. Nope, he just munched on it though. Little you got, looky there. We don't discriminate, we want to catch them all. Want to catch every single one of them. But I think we've kind of stumbled onto a little wad of them here, so I'm gonna keep flinging on them. There we go. What we got there, guys? I can't tell if it's got any size to it or not. A little better fish there. Got it choked. I mean, he's got that crankbait wedged in there. Look at there. I'll show it to you again because that is impressive. Look at that guy. Got that crankbait sideways. Remember we talked about this earlier, when you have the right color, that's how they eat it, instead of having one hook in the bottom jaw or in the top lip. That is pretty cool right there. He's got that booger down in there. Show you guys again. That's what it's all about. There he is. I mean, that booger smoked. That's a good one. There's a good one. Got a mouthful of that Series 3. I mean a mouthful. Freight train, did y'all see that? Did you see that blood? All right, that's what we come for. I mean, look at that dude. He has got a mouthful of Series 3. That's when it's right. Oh, that's a lot of fun. Ooh, finally found one with a little pull to it. Oh, right there. I'm talking about got it full force. Talking about full force. That Series 3 it just never ceases to amaze me. I mean, just when you think that you've got it figured out and that, you know, you don't need to add anything else to your arsenal, you pick up a bait that you sometimes forget about, you know. In the summer times, I don't crank quite enough, I think, and, you know, to get out here and to get back onto it again and to pick up the Series 3 because these fish are keying on such small bait. I'll show you if I can find one again. This fish actually spit up a little brim, I believe it was about that long. And I mean, it's exactly what this Series 3 looks like. Between that and the little shad and the crawfish that they're feeding on this time of the year that are super small, it's a perfect mimic, perfect mimic. Come on, baby. Looky here, boys. There is a one that's full grown. You know, this little Series 3, it's got teeth marks all over it. It doesn't matter the size of the bait, guys. It catches big ones, catches little ones, it catches them all, especially, you know, certain times of the year, like now in the summer months when these fish are really starting to key back on it. It's such a versatile bait. You can fish it. I'm fishing against the bank on these rocks. I'm coming all the way out into about 10 foot of water. And now I'm not on the bottom in 10 foot, but I am ticking the tops of that grass. And before this show's over, I'm gonna show you what teeth marks look like all over this little bait because she is chewed up. Put this beauty back. There's one. Oh, Oh, look at there. Summertime bassing, I'm telling you. You guys can't tell, but what I did when we weren't on camera is I went to a little bit lighter line. So I went down, which made my Series 3 go about another 2 foot deeper. So I went down to 10. Couple bites, who knows? But I'm telling you, small adjustments make big key factors in the whole turnout of your day. So don't be afraid to try different things. Gosh, these fish are so healthy. I'm just amazed at that for the summertime. They're really feeding. We had some really good clean water, and those fish were just feeding on a crawfish. For some reason, that was the deal. The darker day moved in. A lot of times you'll hear lighter day, light color, dark day, dark color. Proved true 100%, and I mean, we really had some fun.